Hello everyone and welcome to Tareekh. Today we have with us the camera person. Yes.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's such an honor for you that I'm here.
Okay, so for today's episode we'll be telling you about Mehrauli Archaeological Park, which lies in Mehrauli, the right opposite Qutub Minar metro station. So Mehrauli Archaeological Park houses monuments not only from the Sultanate period or the Mughal period, but also the British period.
And it goes back to the Tomar period.
Yeah. So Mehrauli, before it was inhabited by the Delhi Sultans, it was inhabited by two successive medieval capitals. Right?
Two?
Yeah, two. So Mehrauli was constructed on a hilltop. Not a hilltop, on a plateau. On a plateau, sorry. Hilltop galat hai, plateau pe tha. Constructed on a plateau and... yeah, pahadi. Yeah.
Pahadi is correct.
Could be, I don't know. What is plateau called in Hindi?
I don't know.
Okay. So it's on a plateau and it was known as Lalkot during the Tomar period, where King Anandpal, he shifted his capital from Surajkund to Lalkot.
That is why we have a Mela there every year.
Yeah. And this was in the 11th century. In the 12th century, when the Chauhans came and Prithviraj Chauhan became the king, he constructed
Kila Rai Pathoda.
Yeah. So this area was known as Kila Rai Pathoda. And when Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori, this area was inhabited by the sultans, first being Qutubuddin Aibak. So what does Mehrauli mean?
It can mean a lot of things to me.
Yeah. So Mehrauli basically means Meher. Meher means blessings of revered or an elderly person, and because the first Sufi saint, Chishti Sufi saint, Qutubuddin Bakhtiar Kaki, it was his area, he blessed this place, it was his abode, and that is why it came to be known as Mehrauli or Mehravali.
And another reason why Mehrauli is named Mehrauli is because there was a sun temple, and sun means Meher. Where that sun temple is, we don't know anymore. It must have been there.
Another reason is that Yogini Pura. Okay, there's another thing. This place was also known as Yogini Pura because there was a Yogini temple. Another reason.
Where that is, we don't know.
We don't know. But
No,
Yogini temple is there, but we don't know. It's there. Yogini.
But where is
Yogini Maya. I've seen
Yog Maya.
Yog Maya. So that is what it is. But Sun Temple, we have no idea. Another thing is, why it's called Mehrauli is because this man who was in news, all thanks to Padmavat, Alauddin Khilji.
Not the one played by Ranveer Singh.
Yeah. So this guy, Sultan, when he married one of his wives, this land came to him as a meher. So that is another reason it's called Mehrauli. So now this was the introduction of Mehrauli, but when we entered Mehrauli Archaeological Park, first of all, do not go there all alone, right? Go with a group of people because that place is not to be
secluded.
Yeah,
it's you don't really get network over there, and you don't really get any amenities over there. So if you're planning on going there, you need to be prepared.
Yeah,
carry water, carry food.
Yeah. So the first monument we saw was the Balban's tomb. Balban was a ruler of the Sultanate period, and he was the last sultan of the Mamluk dynasty or the slave dynasty, right? So this tomb, Balban's tomb, is of not only his but also his son. Balban was very proud of his Turkish ancestry, right? So matlab
Sultanate ka Brahman.
Sultanate ka Brahman, like, stay away, rich Prani.
It's basically you, but in like way back then.
Yeah. So basically, before he became a sultan, he was a noble, a part of Chehalgani Turks, which was a group of 40 nobles, where they exercised power and did not let the sultan do what he wanted to do. Right? You say, how it happens? It has happened many times, even when it comes to governance and government. And
See, that's why he's dead.
yeah, that's why he's dead.
So learn something.
So this guy, because he knew when he became the Sultan by using his brains, he killed the remaining 39 nobles. just killed them.
Basically, मैं आ गया हूँ. मेरे साथ नहीं होना चाहिए.
हाँ.
तुम बढ़ जा, please.
And also made the Sultan's prominence much stronger, so that the nobles don't exercise Ajmir's power. So
Because they're dead.
they're dead, and the other nobles should also not exercise that much
Because
power.
they're scared.
Yeah. So this guy, Balban, he was so proud of his Turkish ancestry, as I told you. He also had this concept of divine kingship, where the king is the shadow of God on earth. Like, I am a Bhagwan. Like, I am, there's nobody beyond me. So he was so haughty and so proud of his ancestry that the non-Turks were just looked down upon, and he didn't even want to come in the vicinity of the commoners. But I think we should keep some of the negatives aside. One positive.
सल्तनत का caste system.
Yeah, Sultan वो होना नहीं चाहिए था, but it was there only when it came to Balban. But there is one positive.
But I have a feeling the thing is, I think whoever comes to India has to have something related to caste. So I can't honestly blame him. हमारी हवा में है कुछ ऐसा.
Yeah. Leaving the negatives aside, there was one very important positive aspect of Balban. What was it?
The fact that he was actively involved with the status of his army.
Yeah.
In a way, because although he had conquered most of the Sultanate and he was the Sultan, he did not let his army just sit idly, because in case there was an attack, the army should have been prepared.
Yeah. So he incorporated the aspect of military exercise so that his army is fit, right? So from Mehrauli Archaeological Park, he used to ask his soldiers to sit on the horses and ordered.
Balban did not ask.
Yeah, ordered. He sit on the horses and then will do horse riding from Mehrauli Archaeological Park to the present day Rewari region, which is in Haryana, every day, so that his army, so that his soldiers are fit and ready for another attack or any other war that was there. So about Balban. Balban, when you look at Balban's tomb, it is in a very dilapidated state. It's bad. It's in Khandar. Khandar like that. Khandar. Khandar, right? Khandar.
Please stop being a bugger. I'm a poet.
Very interesting is when you look at his tomb, the kind of man he was, all about himself. His tomb is
The shadow of God on earth.
shadow. Yeah, it's his tomb, which is sadly in a very bad state. The thing is that we don't see a cenotaph also.
There's nothing that technically remains of his grave.
Yeah,
At least on a cosmetic level.
Yeah, because the ASI, they were doing something there once, like a few years ago, and they just removed the cenotaph and it's just lying there somewhere.
We don't even know where the cenotaph
So the cenotaph that is visible over there is of his son, whose name was Khan-e-Shahid, was actually the title that was given to him because he died fighting the Mongols in 1285-86. And he was martyred, because he was martyred, that is why his name, he was given a title of Khan-e-Shahid. Balban did not construct this area just for his tomb. We see quarters there, we see trabeates there, which is Hindu architecture. We see multifoliated arches also, which is
Shahjahani.
Yeah, the later Mughal period. Mughals also came. So that area which is there around his supposedly cenotaph, with his dome, which dome is also not there, was actually known as Darul Aman, which was house of refuge. So any problem any person had, according to Ibn Battuta, any problem any person, if a person is under debt or something, he came there, his debts were discharged. So all the problems were solved. I wish this place existed even now. Like our problems
Because we keep going there and our problems don't get solved.
It's just there.
It's still alive.
Yeah. So this place was Darul Aman. His son Khan Shahid was a very pious man in real when he was alive. He had close association with Amir Khusro, and Balban was very close to him. So he was apparently the heir apparent, and when he died, Balban was so devastated that he too died soon. Another thing,
Basically, Balban died of heartbreak.
he did. Yeah, that strong man died, had his weakness in his son, and he died. So, what is so different about this particular monument is that there were two important things that were introduced in this architecture.
With the true arch and the true dome.
Yeah. So before that, there were no true arch, concept of true arch or true dome. Dome is not there, it's not there anymore. True arch is when a keystone is placed and other stones are also placed along with that. Earlier, there were cobbled arches, or they were
The
not.
early arches were basically desi because jugaad.
Yeah, jugaad. But this was the actual true arch, right? And when we look at these structures, that time cement wasn't there. There was no concept of cement that we have today when we construct houses. What were they? Before
There was honey.
yeah,
There was seashells.
Yeah.
There was tuna.
lime was one component that made the structures very strong, and they're still standing strong, right? Also, white eggshells, bale,
Yeah,
which is
white
wood apple, and pulses. Pulses were also used.
Arhar ki dal.
Yeah, arhar ki dal was used to construct these beautiful structures, which are now in a very bad shape.
It is not advisable for you to go to the monuments and start eating them. Please don't do that.
Yeah. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he was the third ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty of the Sultanate period. He was the restorer of his time. Basically, he was the
Sultanat ke zamane ka hi aisa hi.
yeah, and he did a much better job, to be precise. And he wrote in Futuhat-e Firoz Shahi that he had constructed a sandalwood door on the entrance, which is not there anymore. How can it be there? खराब हो जाएगा अभी तक तो. And also
खराब लोगों ने जला दिया होगा.
जला दिया, and also because it's wood. Yeah.
No, but like you just take it home and then burn it because of course sandalwood.
Yeah. People are chindi. Yeah.
Okay.
We people are chindi.
Okay.
Yeah. And also he had suspended curtains and hangings on the cenotaphs of both Balban and Khan Shahid. Another thing is, a lot of people there, a lot of fakirs who have been coming to that place, a lot of people who come and pray at Khan Shahid cenotaph. We've seen incense sticks over there and sandalwood fragrance coming from there. That means he's pretty revered.
And there was actually we thought that maybe they're praying to the jinns, but it's actually they're praying to
Khan Shahid, which is very, I don't know. Poor Balban,
They don't pray to Balban.
yeah, they don't pray to Balban because they think that Balban's cenotaph is also not there. Nobody knows.
Because that Brahman Mart does not last long. He
Yeah.
learned from his mistakes.
Yeah, true.
Trudeau.
Yeah, true.
India.
The second area that we went to was Jamali Kamali's mosque and their tomb. The tomb is not open for the general public. It all depends on the guard who's there. Sometimes he opens
It all depends on your company.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to take me with you.
Yeah. So basically, earlier mosques of the Sultanate period, they were very elaborate, right? But under the Lodi period, these mosques started having 5 bays with a single iron
Prayer chamber.
Yeah. So, thank you. Single iron prayer chamber. Earlier they were very extravagant. So now, under the Lodi, this was introduced, and this mosque of Jamali Kamali is actually 5-bay mosque. Also, we see a star, which means
Which is a prominent symbol of Shiva Shakti.
and not only it stars in Shiva Shakti in Hinduism, in Islam, but in all other religions. So we actually see coming together of Indo-Islamic architecture, and we see a lotus, which is again Hindu, and another thing that we see there, which is a part of Rajasthani architecture.
Jharokas.
Yeah. So there was a jharoka in the middle. which is there in Jamali Kamali Mosque, which is a beautiful mosque. So apparently this place, Jamali Kamali Mosque, where it's constructed, this was the dwelling place of the first Sufi Chishti saint, Qutbuddin Bakhtiar Kaki.
It's almost poetic that where Bakhtiar Kaki once dwelled, there now stands a mosque.
Yeah, and Jamali, who is Jamali? Jamali was a poet in 1520s, in the 1500s basically, not 20s, 1500s. And this area was constructed between 1528 to 35. And Jamali was his poetic name. He was actually known as Sheikh Fazlullah Jamali. And he wrote under the title of Jamali. He died in 1535 and was brought from Gujarat, and a tomb was constructed. Tomb was constructed in 1520s, but his body was brought in 1535. When we see the mosque, you see a lot of calligraphy is done in Islamic, Quranic calligraphy is done. And one thing very important is the mihrab which is inside, where the calligraphy is there. It always faces the west, which that means you're facing the Mecca. One very interesting thing is about the tomb is that when you go inside, it has beautiful Naskh calligraphy and Persian, and it's beautiful. A lot of detailing is done inside the tomb, and I hope so that it's open for the general public very soon. But it's not. It all depends on the guard over there, right? And Kamali, which is Jamali Kamali. Kamali is there. Kamali ka mention nahi hai zyada. It's not been mentioned anywhere.
He is not exactly a historical figure of any sort. It's just like rhyme kar raha tha to laga diya.
Yeah, Jamali Kamali.
रूही, अर्ज किया है
इरशाद।
कमाली कमाल का था, पर वो जमाल का ना था।
वाह वाह वाह, क्या बात है। Yeah, but there are two cenotaphs over there. That is why people say Jamali Kamali. Kamali rhyming with Jamali, so Jamali Kamali is there.
Basically नाम पता नहीं था तो चलो rhyme scheme लगा देते हैं।
Kamali. Some people also say that they were both homosexual partners, but we really don't know.
I welcome the thought, but there is no fact behind it.
So this is what Jamali Kamali is exactly.
Cast your eyes upon Jamali with kindness, and do not look at his idleness and shortcomings.
The third place I went to, which is part of Mehrauli Archaeological Park, is Rajon ki Baoli. Baoli is a very important structure with the water tanks of the medieval period, where a lot of people come, they greet. It's a melting point where people are meeting and greeting each other, talking about life. It's like, haha, hello ji, kaise hain?
Basically, water brings all of us together.
Yeah, water.
Especially in a city like Delhi, where there's always scarcity.
Yeah.
मेरे घर में पानी नहीं आ रहा।
Okay. Hello जी, कैसे हैं आप?
पानी दे दो।
Okay. So it was just a meeting point. And Delhi has lots and lots of Baolis. This is Rajon ki Baoli. Mehrauli also has Ganda ki Baoli. There's Agrasen ki Baoli. Lots of
वहाँ पे पीके शूट हुई थी।
कहाँ पे?
अग्रसेन की बावली।
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like there is a scene where Amir Khan is just sitting and he's like living there at night because he has nowhere to go.
Oh.
He's like, if you can find God, please, I'm living here in Agrasen ki Baoli. And surprisingly, there are no guards.
Yeah.
The guards when I go there, but when Amir Khan is there are no guards.
Okay. That is a sad point, and then they tell you कि please यहाँ से चले जाओ. Also, so Raj, coming back to Rajon की बात. Raj means mason. जो
Not the familiar word of
royalty, right? So Raj means mason. Mason people who indulge in their in masonry, and this Baoli was initially constructed in the Lodi period under Daulat Khan. But later on, in the end of the 19th century, a lot of masons coming and decided to reside here. That is how the popular name Rajon ki Baoli came. It was actually 4-storied Baoli. The last story is under the water tank, and there's always a well attached behind the Baoli that supplies water to the water tank, and the water is filthy right now, just filthy.
Because it's not technically water; it is kuda.
It's just filthy. At that point, it wasn't like that. They were fresh water.
Back then we did not have chips ke packets.
Yeah.
And
Plasticky bottle.
bottle.
Yeah, plasticky bottle.
Plasticky bottle.
Yeah.
Tetra pack. And
Yeah.
pearl
And it's
pets.
this green and it's filthy, which is so sad. So this was Rajam Ki Baoli for you. And the last place structure that we visited was none other than Metcalfe's residence, or it's called Dilkush. And initially it was known as Muhammad Quli Khan's tomb.
But who was Muhammad Quli Khan?
Muhammad Quli Khan was Adam Khan's brother. Adam Khan?
Wahi?
Yeah. Who was Akbar's foster brother, who Akbar threw him twice, executed him by throwing him twice from his residence, like the first floor of his residence. But the thing is, historical sources really don't know who Muhammad Quli Khan is. Could be a fabricated account.
Fabricated rishta.
Yeah, could be that this was Muhammad Quli Khan's tomb. So Sir Metcalfe, who came in the 18th century, he shifted to Mehrauli. Reason being because the later Mughals, especially Bahadur Shah Zafar II, he also started going and living in Mehrauli to stay close to Qutbuddin Bakhtiar Kaki's dargah. So just in the vicinity of Qutbuddin Bakhtiar Kaki dargah, we've seen Zafar Mahal, and that was his palace. So when the later Mughals started shifting there,
They also came.
इनको खुजली हुई अंग्रेजों को, उनको था कि we want to see, they want to spy basically, see कि मुगल क्या कर रहे हैं. तो इसीलिए Metcalfe, he also converted this tomb into a summer house called Dilkush, and he added a lot of verandas to it. He added a lot of rooms to it. The main hall was a dining hall, and just imagine
On top of the grave.
On top of the grave, can you imagine Metcalfe? How could you do that? And not only this, he gave this place as a honeymooning, resort kind of a thing, as a honeymooning place for new couples. Imagine over a
May
grave.
you rest in peace.
Yeah.
With the new honeymooning couple.
It's disgusting. Yeah. So he constructed a lot of rooms around it. He had stairs also around the structures leading to the hall. There are two entrances to the hall. I don't know what he did with that. It's just the thought of...
He basically took a Mughal structure and converted it into a colonial structure.
Yeah. Just imagine. Because he did a lot of work on it. He constructed rooms not only attached to the Quli Khan's tomb, but also outside in the garden area. He constructed hammams, he constructed rooms for people to come and stay there, soldiers basically. And
There was a
library.
library, there was a
library.
foyer.
To his daughter Emily Metcalfe, it's her own written account that her father constructed library inside the tomb. He had collection of books, which was very beautiful. Also, she herself told in the thing that she too spent her honeymoon in this place. Yeah, she said that. And his father was very particular about people not eating food in the tomb area. Yeah, inside the tomb as well. Like, even she was not allowed.
But you made it into a dining hall. And then after that you're telling people, hey, please don't eat food in the dining hall.
Yeah, but then very
It
complicated.
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Very complicated. But just imagine a tomb is converted into a residence
With an active cenotaph. And,
Now the cenotaph, I have not seen the cenotaph now.
At that time,
Possibility is there that during the mutiny, during 1857, must have been removed, or because what we see now when we see Muhammad Quli Khan's tomb, it's not of its actual size. What that was created by Metcalfe.
it's basically just the tomb and just a few stray colonial elements.
Another thing colonial about this tomb is that he added, we see arches made out of bricks. and not stones that were used earlier in the earlier period, and we don't even see sandstone. And this guy Metcalf also constructed a boathouse just bang opposite the summer house, because there was a lake there, and that boathouse was also a tomb. We don't know किसका. और बोट हाउस बना दिया है कि यहाँ से मिटकाफ जी बोट हाउस से उतरेंगे, नाव पे जाएंगे टहलते हुए, फिर आएंगे, उस पे चढ़ेंगे और फिर अपने समर हाउस में जाएंगे.
बेसिकली एक कबर से निकल के आप दूसरे कबर में जाते हो, और देन इन द एंड
हम सब कबर पे चले जाते हो. Of constructing a tomb into a residence just disturbs me too. Like रात को क्या होता होगा?
कुछ नहीं. कुली खान आके हेलो बोलते हो.
I don't know. It's just scary. So, okay.
कुली खान आके आपके
And
साथ
also,
खाना खाते हो.
it's a resting place. I mean, leave that person alone, right? Another thing is about this place is that during the time of mutiny in 1857, Bahadur Shah Zafar II had sent his guards especially to protect this monument, because what if people would come to break it? He had sent his guard over there. This is what Emily Metcalf has mentioned in her diary. And also, this area was surrounded by beautiful orange orchards. So, Zeenat Mahal, who was Bahadur Shah Zafar's wife, she used to send kilos and kilos of oranges to Metcalf, and वो बड़ा आराम से डकार मार के खाते थे उस चीज़ को. Obviously, फ्री का मिल रहा था. अंग्रेजों को तो फ्री की चीज़ें मिली हैं यहाँ पे. मुफ्त का हर चीज़ मुफ्त का ले लो.
So of course it was occupied during the Mughal period, it was occupied during the British period, but it was also occupied in the first few decades after we got our independence, post partition.
Yeah, this place not only saw the bloodshed of 1857 but also 1947, because we see a lot of graves that possibly are of those people who died during the partition over there. Also, apparently Mehrauli Archaeological Park is haunted.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
That's how we thought that the incense sticks are for the jinns, because it's haunted.
But luckily, touchwood, we did not see anything over there that is out of the place. But when we had gone there,
that's because you were with us, and that's more than enough haunting experience that we
need. But when we went there to look at the place, after we visited Balban's tomb, when we went to Jamali Kamali, there was a bird that ate our head. So we really thought that could be Balban saying ki, please Malich,
leave me alone.
Just leave us alone. Possible is there.
उजड़ी हुई हर रविश चमन की देती है सुराग रंगो बू का.
So, if you've liked today's episode, like, share and subscribe. Keep watching Tareekh. See you. ना करते प्यार तुम इसे कर बैठे.